25th of November 2020 is a day the football world will never forget because it's the day world football legend Diego Armando Maradona uttered his last words on the earth, which were "Me siento mal," which means "I feel sick." He said this to his nephew Johnny Esposito, who was the last person to see him alive 12 hours before his death, after having breakfast on that Wednesday, telling him he was going back to bed because he felt sick. Little did we know, those were the last words he was going to utter. Sad. 2020 has been bad enough really, from discovery of COVID-19, the death of Kobe Bryant and so on, but adding Maradona's death to the list just really broke the hearts of football fans worldwide. Diego Maradona was first admitted on the 2nd of November for anemia, which basically means lack of blood cells and dehydration, but a subdural hematoma was discovered on his brain, and it was operated on successfully. A subdural hematoma basically means a blood clot, a pool of blood between the brain and its outermost covering. Fans celebrated outside the clinic following the operation's success, and he left the hospital on the 12th of November. And then it happened. Maradona passed away on November 25th after suffering a heart attack at his Buenos Aires mansion. It was discovered by his nurse, who immediately phoned for help, with the Argentine breathing his last before paramedics could arrive. Argentina declared 3 days of mourning after losing its favorite son. Tributes came pouring in from famous coaches and players all around the world. Pelé scored more goals. Messi has won more trophies. Both have lived more stable lives than the overweight former cocaine addict. But if you've seen Diego Maradona with a football at his feet, you understand. He guided a relegation fighting team in Napoli to 2 Scudetto titles. He was the best player to have never won the Champions League or European trophy. Moving from Boca Juniors to Barcelona in 1982, it was a move that made sense. The best player in the world at the moment signing for the best team in the world. He had 2 injury-hit seasons at Barcelona where he scored 38 goals in 58 games. News of his transfer out of Barcelona was rumoured around until it was sealed by the brawl between Barca players and Athletic Bilbao players, with Maradona in the middle of it all, kicking anybody he saw in a Bilbao shirt, in front of the Spanish king at the time, Juan Carlos, with more than half of Spain also watching. His move to Napoli for a then world record fee of 6.9 million euros was a bit awkward because the question was, how could the poorest city afford the most expensive player in the world? He broke the transfer record twice when he moved from Boca Juniors to Barcelona for 5 million euros and from Barcelona to Napoli for 6.9 million euros. Napoli had absolutely no business dreaming about the Serie A title, but Maradona did it. Argentina and Naples can never really recover from the death of Maradona. Napoli rightfully retired the number 10 jersey and renamed their stadium from Stadio San Paolo to Stadio Diego Armando Maradona to honor him. Although he was a genius and leader on the pitch, he faced various scandals off the pitch. One about missing training due to stress caused by his cocaine use, which he was fined for. Another about an illegitimate son, which he initially denied but later claimed him in 2016, Diego Armando Maradona Sinagra, born the same year Maradona won the World Cup with Argentina in 1986. Maradona was handed a 15-month ban from football for failing a drug test for cocaine. He left Napoli in 1992 in disgrace. Cocaine was his biggest rival and Maradona himself knew it. He had a heart attack that almost led to his death in 2004 due to cocaine use. He had a complex life with the highest highs and the lowest lows. Maradona and Pelé were the 2 winners of the FIFA Player of the Century award, with Maradona reportedly winning 53% of the vote, while Pelé received 18% on the vote carried out on FIFA's website. He also had an addiction to alcohol which required intensive care. Maradona's relationship with the public was what stood out in his career. In 1984, a charity game was needed to raise money for a sick kid. Napoli told Maradona not to participate in the game. The players' insurance company told him they wouldn't be there for him if something bad happened. And we all know how Maradona played, drawing nasty fouls at the time where defenders could get away with it. Diego played the game as if it was a World Cup final. This shows he has a big heart. Can we really talk about Maradona without talking about his 2 most iconic goals, the hand of God and the goal of the century? Maradona was actually supposed to go to the 1978 World Cup, but he was left on home soil because he was too young. He made his debut for Argentina at age 16 against Hungary in 1977, Maradona played in 4 FIFA World Cups, but we saw a 3-month free trial of Maradona Premium at the 1986 World Cup. He single-handedly took on the Argentine team, who had no business winning the World Cup, to the trophy, scoring 70% of the team's goals. The World Cup quarter-final against England was, one thing, I just wish I was born then to have witnessed such incomparable beauty. The 2 goals he scored in that game were a summary of Maradona's life. Genius plus madness. Diego Maradona. A French newspaper described Maradona as half angel and half devil, showing he would have done anything and everything to win. Replays showed that the first goal was scored by striking the ball with his hand over the goalkeeper, Peter Shilton, and it became known as the Hand of God. On August 2005, Maradona acknowledged on his TV show that he had hit the ball with his hand purposely and no contact with his head was made, and that he immediately knew the goal was illegitimate. Maradona's second goal was a genius at work. He ran more than half the length of the field, dribbling past 5 English outfield players. He eventually led Argentina to World Cup glory. No player has ever dominated the tournament as much as Maradona did in the 1986 World Cup, not even Pelé in the 1958 World Cup. But the cocaine addiction came in again at the 1994 World Cup. He was thrown out of the tournament after it was revealed that he had been using stimulants. His last World Cup game was against Nigeria, where Argentina won 2-1. Pep Guardiola once saw a quote in Argentina which read, "No matter what you've done with your life, Diego, it matters what you have done for our lives." The joy, the pleasure, and the bond he has brought to millions of faces is simply immeasurable. Football really is life, and I'm addicted to it. The smiles, the happiness, the family bonds strengthened, the inner excitement, such things cannot be measured, and Maradona has done that for us. A legend is gone, a magician is gone, El Pipe de Oro is gone. The greatest footballer ever is gone. I still can't believe it, really. 1960 to 2020. No, forever. Diego is eternal. Now, Maradona's lawyer has come out firing in all cylinders, saying the medical team failed Diego. It is inexplicable that for 12 hours my friend wasn't paid any attention or given a checkup by medical professionals. The ambulance took more than half an hour to get there, which is criminal stupidity. These things can't go unnoticed. The lawyer believes that the medical response was lazy. Maradona has a fragile state of health and has been quarantined since March. Now, the big question in Argentina is, could Maradona's death have been prevented? Who knows? People track Maradona's body being transported for autopsy. During his career, Maradona played for Argentinos Juniors, Boca Juniors, Barcelona, Napoli, Sevilla, and Newell's Old Boys. Maradona's last managerial job was in Argentina with Gimnasia de La Plata before the world was ripped of a legend too soon. After a blessed but troubled life, hopefully he can find some comfort in the hands of God. R.I.P. Diego Maradona. Subscribe to the channel, please, it really helps me out, and leave a like on the video so other people can also find it. And if you enjoyed the video, thank you very much. Peace.